What's up YouTube? It's a Tech Ninja back again with another video, and today we'll be doing the full review on the JBL Xtreme 3 comparing it to the JBL Xtreme 2. Now before I get started, we have ascended. So JBL has sent out the Xtreme 3 for review. So again, I want to thank JBL for making this video possible. Now, like always, I will be honest like I am with all my reviews. So without further ado, let's get on to the video. Now, what is the JBL Xtreme 3? Let me tell you, the JBL Xtreme 3 is a large, powerful, rugged, waterproof, portable Bluetooth speaker that's meant to have powerful sound indoors and outdoors because it has a included carrying strap, which makes carrying this 4.3-pound speaker very easy. So we can't just ignore the style of the speakers. I mean, look at them. So, like all JBL waterproof speakers, both the Xtreme 3 and 2 is covered in this durable fabric mesh, which can take a beating along with its hard but soft to the touch plastic end caps. But on the Xtreme 3, we got the popular side bumpers. Now, I personally like these bumpers because they look pretty cool over the traditional Xtreme 2 side guards. But it also serves a purpose because with the Xtreme 2, with small bumps, it tends to crack a lot easier than it does on the Xtreme 3, even though it only has speaker for a week and a half. So, going on to passive radiators. On the Xtreme 3, they're more stylish this time around, having the bold JBL insignia on both sides compared to the Xtreme 3 JBL logo on the right and the insignia on the left, covered in rubber, which is more protected, but it does start to yellow over time, so just keep that in mind. Hashtag bars? I don't know. Now going on to the front, we got the traditional big logo on the new Xtreme 3, covered in the traditional JBL signature orange trim. And on the Xtreme 2, we got the ordinary orange plaque, still pretty dope. Now going on to the bottom, we got the two traditional rubber feet on the Xtreme 2. While on the Xtreme 3, we got the rubber bars. Now, personally, I'm kind of worried about the Xtreme 3 because my Charge 5 that I got about 2 months ago is not holding up so well at all. So, in my testing, it does, feel better and it's holding up to, the weather, but we will tell with time. Going on to the last and not least, straps. Now, both of these straps are premium like a seat belt, and they both have bottle openers, so for those soft drinks, you can pop them easily. So, going on to the Xtreme 3 strap, we get a color match strap with these rubber bars, keep it with the theme with the bottom and the actual strap. Pretty cool, right? So, anyways, we got the rubber bars, which keep the speaker in place pretty well. And it can get kind of annoying if you're wearing a thin shirt because it does keep a really good grip compared to the Xtreme 2 strap, which is a little bit longer, a little bit wider, and it also has a pad on the inside of the strap. Now, it tend to slide a bit more because the Xtreme 2 doesn't have the rubber bars, and it is a bit heavier. It's 1 pound more than the Xtreme 3, surprising, right? So, that is it when it comes to the straps besides the paint. Now on the bars itself, it holds up very well over time, but on the straps, the paint comes up really easily. So just keep that in mind. So let's talk tech specs, shall we? So on the JBL Xtreme 3, we got a 5,000 mAh size battery that JBL claims up to 15 hours listening time, with the volume set to 60 to 100% volume. I'm able to get on average 6 hours and 15 minutes. And it takes 2 hours and 14 minutes to charge with its included 65-watt micro USB Type-C charger. And it takes an additional 20 minutes when using AC mode. Now, going to Bluetooth, it has Bluetooth 5.1 with an SoC audio codec. So when watching videos on YouTube, lip sync is an issue. Now, when it comes to range, it's pretty good. I'm able to get 55 feet in my house going through 3 walls with no problems. And outdoors, in a direct line of sight, I'm able to get 95 feet before getting a direct connection. Now going on the JBL Xtreme 2, it has a 10,000 mAh battery that JBL claims the same 15 hours of battery life, but with the volume set to 70 to 100% volume, I'm able to get 6 hours and 25 minutes of listening time. And it takes 2 hours and 45 minutes to charge with a additional 20 minutes when using AC mode, using the proprietary plug. Now, going on to Bluetooth, it has Bluetooth 4.2 with an SBC auto codec. So, watching videos is really bad when it comes to lip sync. Now, going on to range, it's actually better than the Charge, than the Xtreme 3 somehow. So, I'm able to get the same amount of range indoors, but outdoors, I'm able to get a astonishing 135 feet. Now, I'm literally in the street at this point, so can you please hit that subscribe button? Now, I was using my Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus, which I'm using to record my video. So, going on to pairing protocols, the JBL Xtreme 3 has JBL Party Boost. So you can have two JBL Xtreme 3s played together, or one play the left channel and one play the right channel. Or you can have up to 100 JBL Party Boost compatible speakers play at the same time. Now, I only have the JBL Charge 5 and the JBL Boombox 2. But when having the JBL Xtreme 3, man, I couldn't stop smiling to this day. Now, going on to the Xtreme 2, it has JBL Connect Plus, so you can do the exact same stuff as you can with JBL Party Boost, but only with JBL Party Boost compatible, JBL Connect Plus compatible speakers. You cannot pair JBL Connect Plus speakers to JBL Party Boost speakers. So there is one way, but more on that later. So overall, Party Boost works much more efficiently than JBL Connect Plus. You're able to get much more range and a much smoother connection between your speakers. Now, JBL Connect Plus still works pretty good overall, but when an ad pops up, like static becomes a pretty big issue in this. Sometimes I have to turn it off and on to get rid of it. Now, overall, both speakers are good. Now, when it comes to the charging charging devices, it's pretty slow. So going on the Xtreme 2, we got a micro USB type A port to charge other devices, which is pretty convenient still, but it only charges at 5 watts, 2 amps. And on the JBL Xtreme 3, I don't know why I'm pointing this out, but check this out. So you're basically able to charge 2 devices at the same time. So you can use the micro USB type A port to charge your device at 2 watts, 5 amps, 5 watts, 2 amps, and the micro USB type C in and out port, which charges at 5 watts, 1.5 amps. Still pretty slow, but it's there if you need it. And by the way, both speakers can play and charge at the same time. So let's talk speaker setup. So starting off with the JBL Xtreme 3, it has a frequency response from 20,000 kilohertz to 53.5 hertz, which is pretty weird. But as far as the drivers, it has two 2.75-inch woofers, two 20mm tweeters, and 2 passive radiators. And for the power, it's a 50-watt speaker when plugged in and a 40-watt speaker when on its battery. Now, going on to the JBL Xtreme 2, it has a frequency response from 20,000 kilohertz to 55 hertz, and it has the exact same driver layout as the Xtreme 3, but it's 10 watts shorter. So on battery, it's only 30 watts, and when it's plugged in, it's 40 watts. Now we get all of the tech stuff out the way. Let's get on to the sound test. Now please put on your headphones for the best sound experience, and let's get on to the sound test.
Told myself to push and never stop. I've been stressed out, watching both these hands around the clock. With my eyes wide, trying to get the panorama shot. Whole world getting blurry to me, answers getting lost. So I watch my back and keep it moving to the front. And remember that the world's yours, do it how you want. You've been waiting here for too long. Think it's time for you to move on. Realizing these real times to be strong.
We all my life, and it was right before my eyes. Watching
shine, it's like a diamond. Yeah, life is rough and I ain't with that funny stuff. I use it all as motivation, but it's hard to have the patience. Watching time fly by might be the hardest thing I have to do in life. Frustrated that I ain't where I want to be yet, but I know that I'ma make it if I chase that check. Yes.
I done seen the time go by for too many years now when the stars were aligned. Cause I done seen the time go by. Yeah, I done seen the time go by.
All my life, and it was right before my eyes, watching all this time slip by. Now I realize I've been waiting all my life, and it was right before my eyes, watching all this time slip by. Now I realize you know what I mean, 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 you know what
Now we are back from that sound experience, and I hope y'all enjoyed it. So going on to the Xtreme 3. It is consistently outperforming the Xtreme 2, rather it's in AC or DC mode. So there's two reasons because of this. One, because it's 10 watts more powerful than Xtreme 2, and two, because it has a brighter sound signature. So sound is clean and crisp, a little bit too crisp because at times when the volume is set to like 80% or more, it can get kind of ear piercing, and some songs it helps out a lot, and other songs it overly doesn't. But overall, when it comes to being outside, it sounds great because the sound can just travel much further. Now, when it comes to the mids, it's pretty flat, but it has a slight vocal boost, so you do get some sense of clarity. But however, when I have the volume below 60%, I find myself wanting to push the volume more because the mids aren't really matching the highs. But with some songs, it does sound pretty good, and in some other songs, it doesn't. It all depends on your personal preference. Now, going on to the bass, it is deeper than the JBL Xtreme 3 because it is winning from 50 Hz to 43 Hz. Now, the Xtreme 2 has more upper bass than the Xtreme 3 because it's a trade-off. So basically, based on the Xtreme 3 sounds more movie theater-like, providing a more deeper, more not intense, but just you feel more relaxed in it. You feel like you're in the jungle and a lion is running behind you almost. Ain't quite that deep, but you do get that sense somewhat. Now, going on to the JBL Xtreme 2, it has a softer sound signature, so the highs aren't really nowhere near as close as it is on the Xtreme 3, but it's never ear piercing, and it does sound pretty clear at higher volumes. Now, when it comes to the mids, it's actually more forward than it is on the JBL Xtreme 3. So when the volume is set to 60% and below, like 60 to 40%, I kind of prefer the Xtreme 2, but because of the vocals are so pushed back, it's not like there's nothing there at all, it's just softer in general, I found myself wanting to push the volume up to get that sound clarity. Now, going to the bass, now it's more energetic than the Xtreme 3 because it has more upper bass. It has more upper bass from 50 Hz to 55 Hz, which is still, not the annoying, 90 Hz, which makes, it sound kind of cheap. Now, the Xtreme 2 does provide, like I said, a more energetic sound, but you still get some deep bass like the Xtreme 3. It just does a better job at deeper bass. It all depends it all depends on your preference of music. Now we got that out the way. Let's see about how the speakers sound together using Samsung Duo Audio. So what this does, you can pair two devices at the same time and have them both play in sync. Now I will do a more in-depth, detailed review about Samsung Duo Audio later. But for now on, let's see about how these two speakers sound. Now buckle your seatbelts because here we go.
The end of a cliff. Realize there must be more to life than this. Reaching for the stars, traveling so far, like a dragonfly. Just grow my hand, from here to sin. Be prepared, I run away. I run away. Reaching for the stars, traveling so far, like a dragonfly. Keep a secret there, everywhere. Just you and I run away.
So we are back from that sound test, and I hope you enjoyed that half as much as I did, because having these speakers in person sound fantastic. Rather, if you have two JBL Xtreme 2s or two JBL Xtreme 3s, you're going to get good sound all around. Yeah! Now, going on to my verdict. Should you upgrade to the JBL Xtreme 3 if you have the JBL Xtreme 2? I would say absolutely, but here's the thing. The JBL Xtreme 3 is the exact same price as the Xtreme 2 at $350, which is not cheap at all. And the Xtreme 3 is obviously the overall better speaker here, so why is the Xtreme 2 the same price? I don't know. But one thing I will say, that all of JBL speakers do go on sale routinely, so just keep an eye out and you might catch a great sale on either speaker. Now, what I want to see on the Xtreme 3, because there hasn't been any formal updates yet, is to reduce the troublesome and add it towards the mids. Me and other fellow reviewers has also, said that the highs can be a bit too harsh at times and the mids are a bit too flat. So having that equal balance will make the speaker overall better. And also is to get rid of that 10 watt limiter. So ever since the Xtreme 1, which was the absolute monster back then, back in 2015, it's been 6 years since the original release, well, going on 6 years. We need the Charger to get full power, but the Charge series never did, and the the Charge 5 is more powerful than the Xtreme 2 on battery. But when you do plug it in, you do get 40 watts. I know this is a newer speaker, but the Xtreme 3, you still need to plug it in. I thought JBL's motto was to don't let wires hold you back.
Don't let wires hold you back. JBL, hear the truth.
The wires are holding you back. Well, I would say they still sound great, don't get me wrong, but to get the full power out of a Xtreme speaker would be nice. So overall, if you have the JBL Xtreme 2 and you're looking to upgrade but you don't really care for JBL Party Boost, or you just wondering if it's a good enough upgrade, then I would say if you have JBL Connect Plus speakers, keep it, because it still is an all-around, good speaker. So this leads me to my conclusion, is to basically give the Xtreme 3 or the Xtreme series the proper respect that it deserves. Make sure that at least on the Xtreme 4, that we no longer need a charger to get the full power, and an update would fix this. I understand that the battery would go down faster, but we can't always push it up, but we can always turn it down. So I don't make this video too much longer, but I do want to say thank you, JBL, for giving me the Xtreme 3 for review. And yes, this is a review unit. I have to return it back to JBL. So do y'all think that JBL should lend me a Xtreme 3 to keep? Because I plan on doing many more videos regardless, and to have the Xtreme 3 sooner is better than later. Anyways, I won't hold your time any more longer. This has been the Cinetech Ninja. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.